Essentially, it was set up about in 2013. How many years now? 7 years ago. It was 7 private equity firms came together. At the time, there's more PE investors coming into the market. The regulators were getting interested, trying to figure out who are these people, how can we regulate them. Public sector wasn't too sure, what does this mean for, the capital flows in the country. Private sector businesses are not too sure, what's going on. Should we take capital from these, investors in town? And so there wasn't enough awareness in what private equity was in sort of like in the environment. So the 7 PE firms came together and they formed this association with the primary objective to raise awareness on what private equity is in this region and educate both public and private sector on what it is. We've since grown. We are now over 100 members. And the membership is private equity firms, venture capital firms, impact investors, advisors as well, so the big 4 and anybody sort of like who's doing legal or transaction advisory in this region as well. We have a few DFIs, as well, FinDev and a few others. And so what we're trying to do is sort of like all these stakeholders, all these practitioners who work together or interact with each other, put them together under this umbrella body and make sure that we are sort of like addressing their needs, making sure there's an enabling environment for them. If it's policy work that we need to do, or lobby for a certain, policy or whatever it is, or is it events that we would need to put them together, create platforms where they're exchanging ideas or talking about challenges in this market, or doing research. I see you have one of our reports right there. So, basically all the works of an association. Just East Africa for us means Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Ethiopia, and Rwanda. So the 5 countries that we're mandated over. Yes, that's us in a nutshell.
Yeah. So how is the landscape? I mean, since it's been growing, is that because it's a reflection that this venture capital and private equity is growing in the region?
It's growing, yes. Okay. So it's growing in every single manner. So in terms of the number of players, they've grown exponentially actually. Whereas I know there's a count on the number of PE firms across Africa in I think early 2000s, where we're counting we're less than 50, and then right now we're looking at over 125 in Kenya alone, right? So so this is PE, VC firms, all these guys in Kenya alone. And if you look at East Africa, sort of like Kenya has always been like the gateway. You're starting Kenya and then start looking at the other countries in the region. So you'll find that the bulk, if you're looking at East Africa as a region, the bulk of them would be in Kenya, but they're doing deals across the region as well. Size of deals is also growing. Sort of like diversity in the sectors as well. So you're seeing, and East Africa is interesting that way because then there's a lot of like sectors that are up and open for investing and opportunities and all these different businesses and things that are sort of like growing and cropping up from. So there's a lot of opportunities. They say that East Africa is more diverse than most of the other regions across Africa.
So they're being attracted. Is that mostly, or is it kind of a push of money that comes in to the region?
I don't think it's a push. I think it's more like, and we work daily to sort of like make sure East Africa is more attractive. That's basically our work as ABC, sort of like really promote East Africa as a destination for capital. We certainly, if you look at like how much is raised globally, I don't have my stats right now, but we are barely receiving, it's less than 1% of what's being raised globally for PE deals across the world, right? So what we're trying to do is 1, attract more capital into East Africa, and 2, mobilize local capital, because one of the things we're seeing is that there's pools of capital, local capital, that's sitting in different pockets here, but they're not they aren't sort of like, investing in sort of like businesses or in PE firms and things. I give an example. Pension funds in Kenya sit on $11 billion, as assets under management, right? And in 2015, we worked together with the CMA to change policy where up to 10% of that can go into private equity. So up to 10% should be at least $1 billion should be invested into private equity. But up to date, we're seeing, about maybe $60 million maybe that has been actually allocated to private equity. So what we've done over the past year is really dive deep and figure out what is holding back, like why not more. So there's one of the things is that if you think about it, PE is pretty nascent. PE is like 18 years old in East Africa. VC much younger, right? VC is more like 10 years old right now. So if you think about pension funds, they need track record. They need, very few funds are in their second fund right now, going to the third, right? So there's not enough data, there's not enough track record. There's not enough sort of like, and also an understanding of the asset class. Look at the people making decisions in pension funds. They're like, what is this, right? Start explaining J curves to them. They're like, what do you mean it goes down before it goes up? So what we did is, and this is now around some of the work that we do. So we partnered up with IFC and FSD Africa to create a curriculum for administrators and pension funds and trustees and all those guys, where they come literally to class and learn what PE is, what VC is, and what are all the modalities and formalities of sort of like assessing GPs before you invest in them and things like that. And then we also created a toolkit that they can use as they're assessing investments out there.
Where does the money come from mostly?
Currently, majority of the money in PE and VC comes from Europe and North America.
Okay.
So we do a survey every 2 years, and so like actually that booklet you're holding there should have that data
numbers
on it. So, and if you think about, and if you look at sort of like who from North America and Europe, it sees a large number which is DFIs, and then there's also of course the different pension funds and different family offices and things like that. I think DFIs largely because they are the ones who sort of like I'm sure you know this, right?
Sure.
Who seeded most of the PE funds and sort of like, when they're rolling over from doing simple, aid, sort of like NGO, sort of like work back, I think it was when you're moving into the new decade, right? The new century, around 2000 to 2010. So they seeded a lot of PE funds. I think because of that DNA, they're still, dominant in a lot of the funds, and the fundraising is largely from them. Yeah.
What about? I mean, you hear a lot about China and money from that side, or is that a new? Are you seeing something there?
Yeah, I think it's more. China is more like on infrastructure side and more government to government, so more bilateral sort of like. We're not seeing them doing a big play in private equity in Africa yet.
No.
Well, certainly in East Africa, I'm not sure about the other parts of it. So we're not seeing many, but I have seen the news, a few VC funds coming to scout and talk to a few, some of our members and things like that, looking at what opportunities are out there. But they're not big play here.
No.